apology. I mean, I'm in a situation where if we had nothing to do with the decision and so on, I have to front it and take the responsibility because it happened in Greenpeace name, right? It happened in Greenpeace name without following procedures, without following protocols. We have very, very strict processes of where a decision, especially when an action of this kind of magnitude actually happens. All of this has been violated, and right now, I'll be honest with you, that I'm not getting the cooperation and the information that I need to get. But now that the investigation has been accepted today by a critical mass of leaders, I would hope that what we can, that we can provide more information. However, and if I can just be a bit personal, this has been very hard for me personally. I've been an activist since I was 15 years old in the Nelson Mandela's movement. I've been in leadership positions quite a lot. I've never been embarrassed and ashamed of anything that I've been in my entire life, like this one. And I am struggling to see, apart from and I know you made the statement that you said that your intention was not, to put people in jail and so on. But obviously, there is an issue of what do we do now? Is there something Greenpeace can do to make it right beyond the issue of, prosecutions and so on? And I have wanted to raise a proposal if you think it will be helpful, because when I first heard about it, I didn't, we obviously would like to get that information and get it, assessed by archaeologists and
we have the information available to give it to you so that you can share it with the people that are going to investigate, because for us it is, of course, we want to get to the end of this, because we don't want more people coming to Peru thinking that our patrimony is nothing. So that's why we want to go thorough through the investigation, and we're interested that you're doing an investigation. The legal part is, once it is set on, it doesn't stop, because that's our mandate. We have to follow the law. And here is the procurador. He's the one in representation of the ministry to see that the people that did the harm to our place respond to justice. In order to do that, we need to know the address, at least of Mauro Fernandez, so that he can tell us with whom he went in. So that then they can be notified, at least, notified by the Peruvian government about the harm done. That is one part. The other part is ¿cómo que se llama? Reparación civil.
Civil responsibility.
Yeah. Because now we have to see how we are going to repair the damage, and that is something we don't know how to do yet. We have to investigate. Now we have to work in a site similar to what was harmed, to see how it works. For instance, in the places where the cars enter, it can pass 30 years and the path is marked forever. It doesn't go away. So now we have to try to understand how to get the place in order. So we need the address of Mauro Fernandez. I think.
I've heard you, and the Deputy was always clear. We also want this thing to finish quickly. Not for it to be dragged out. Obviously, I'm in a tough situation here because, in a situation like this, why I came immediately, because even though this was not done, I feel that when you're a leader, you have to take responsibility. And then the issue for me is also to understand who in Greenpeace world took this decision and how it was taken, because whether it's Mauro Fernandez or any of the other younger people, they might have been told, it's all okay, it's fine.
That's why it's so important
to get the
to
archaeologists.
get the archaeologists and
Yeah.
or whomever. I mean, faith is a situation of being an archaeologist, and because I mean, as far as we see it, I mean, Mauro Fernandez seems to be the leader of the group, but then the second person that we need to see is this person. And truly, sir, I don't believe. I mean, I don't think that you're lying to us, but I don't believe you when you say that there's no Peruvian involved in this.
No.
We don't see it. I mean, we don't see. I mean, again, I'm an archaeologist. I know my field. There's no way you can walk into that desert without previous knowledge, and there's no way you can have had that previous knowledge unless you have participated.
Okay.
On Saturday, we
that's-
flew over, and it was difficult to get there, flying. So imagine to get there by walking.
Oh, sorry.
¿Qué ha pasado?
What I'm saying is, I can't categorically say that there wasn't a Peruvian archaeologist. Based on what little investigations I could do in the last 3 days,
No, but
I
you see
can't
that
do
it's very reasonable to presume that this is the group trying to hide and to protect, the Peruvian culprit in this, and I mean, that is unacceptable. You see, I mean, now our personnel is being blamed. I mean, it's being
Yes.
pointed at.
Pointed
Now the
at in
credibility-
Nazca, saying,
the credibility
So
of the
those were the
ministry
ones who
has been
leaked
put on the stage.
So the
Because if
question-
you check the web, people are saying it has to have been as a result of something.
There is a rumor, like the person is from.
So without doing nothing, now we have become an untrusted institution.
so I just want to be clear what we're hearing. That the allegation, I mean the assertion is that it's impossible if for kinds of knowledge, because these are the questions I need to push in the investigation over the next couple of days, right? So we need to say to, when we identify the leadership of this action, how did you get this information, because it's impossible and so on. So we might, if it's okay, maybe we can liaise with you in the framing of some of the questions for our internal investigation, if that would help. I mean, it will help us, and if you would oblige. But, so those are the two things where I'm stuck till the end of January, or hopefully a little bit earlier.
And then on a more moral side, I mean, you made a statement that was the basis of this intervention, and that is that if we don't touch the lines, everything is okay. But that goes against
That's what they
policy.
thought,
You have
no?
been pursuing that most people, I mean, follow Greenpeace because exactly that. Because you are not focused on a single issue. You are focused on a more global thing. You see? So this goes, I mean, what you just
Absolutely
said
right.
brings down 30 years of work for Greenpeace.
Yeah,
You
no,
see? I mean,
absolutely.
it's okay. So if we don't touch, it's like if we don't cut these 3 trees, then
Yeah,
we can
yeah.
take care of the forest.
No,
I mean, give me a break.
Absolutely. No, and please understand, I'm not disagreeing. I'm actually agreeing with you with a lot of heartache, right? That in fact, the one thing I have to say that I'm struggling with personally in the leadership role here is there I am, I looked at the video, and my sense in all of this is there's lots of young people, people in the 20s, early 20s and so on. And I also am thinking, and that's what I want this investigation to clarify, because, if a young person was told everything's been checked out, provided you don't go on the lines, the actual lines, everything is going to be fine, and they acted in good faith.
And we know that they set up out a perimeter with lights, I mean, so that nobody would breach that perimeter and not get into the lines. That is very clear when you analyze the video. And we suspect that there was also some kind of coordination because they acted, as a coordinated body. Of course, I mean, there had to be a lot of preparation because this cloth there they set up, lined up with a black outline. I mean, this has to be prepared. I mean, so so you see,
much beforehand. Maybe it was not planned to go there, but
Yeah, and I want to be very clear on that one. My investigations up to now, that's why I said I agree with you, confirm that there was planned. No question about it. But who planned, how it was planned, who was engaged, I'm struggling with all
Y no
that.
todos son jovencitos de 20.
No, some-
Hay mayores también.
Señor Wolf,